Alright, what's up guys? Good morning. I got some background music on. I hope it's not too loud. If it is, just let me know. But I put it on for a reason today. I woke up feeling like I got hit by a truck. I'm not feeling the best, but I don't want to claim that. So I'm in the process of being on my way to start feeling better. But I wanted to still show up. I'm just probably not going to talk too much today unless people ask questions or say something in the chat. If you guys do, I'm of course gonna talk and engage with you guys. But yeah, I'll try to talk as little as possible. Let me know if the music's over my voice. And just keep me in your prayers. We're gonna start feeling better today. Got a little immunity shot here. Probably take that in a little bit. Hey Luca, it's good to see you again too. What's up, Lubislav? It's all good. I don't know what it is. I thought like yesterday I just like woke up and I had a sore throat. I thought like the fan was on all night or something, or it was on like, or, you know how it goes, like you accidentally sleep with your mouth open, the fan like just absolutely destroys your throat. I thought that was it, and it's still persisting, so just trying to take it easy. We're gonna mark up kind of where we're at in terms of price action on Euro. We did get a low $250 deposit here, so we got ES up on the charts. Potentially looking to take a trade off the 10 a.m. macro, but not necessarily like really convinced I want to do that negative risk reward thing. But so we did hit yesterday, just so you guys know, we hit the 1 to 2. Where were we? Price? Yeah, price did end up selling off all day. We had, I forget, I cleared my charts. We had a short somewhere in here, and basically this was the trade, and it did end up coming, I think like right about there. Ended up hitting like full TP2. So on this IG account, we're up 4%, risking 2% to make 4%, and then we're going to keep trading the prop account, which the prop account is up $2,000. We need to get it up 7 more thousand in order to be eligible for that 6% payout. And then we just got kind of like a little macro fun account for 250 that we're gonna just try to trade maybe like 1 to 2. So I'm trying to get better at higher risk to reward, guys. My trades have been a lot more accurate this year, and I really feel like if I just get 1 to 2s, we're gonna grow at a lot more consistent pace, because sometimes when you trade 1 to 1, you could have a period of back and forth where you just break even a lot, and all the trades are going 1 to 2, you might as well. But on the prop account, we're still taking 1 to 1. Nothing's changed there. The cash account here, we're gonna just take 1 to 2s, and then we're gonna try to take 1 to 2s on ES, the macro trade I'm gonna do too. So I know I've talked a lot already for saying I'm sick and not gonna talk much today. What's up, Finance Tips? I'm gonna call you Tips, brother. All right. What's up, Grams? It's good to see you guys in here. Hope you guys are having a good day. We got three potential trades. 2 technically are the same. It's the Euro trade, just 2 variations of it. And then we have not opened 930 yet. So what we're doing is I don't know how I turn my magnet off. That's kind of random. Coming up right here, and then really we've got, this is sell side. Just make it a black line. And then this is buy side. Yes, we did actually just take this buy side, but if you guys remember, I'm more interested in 930 driving to take liquidity than seeing liquidity taken right before. So I'm not even gonna drop down to the 1 minute yet, because I want to see a swing point get taken after 930. 930 is right now, so we need price to drive here, or price to drive there, or price to like just kind of play around in here, form a new swing point, take that, and then go. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll call you David. Sorry, I was like just jumping to making a nickname for you. So, yeah, but what I was playing around with, the money hit. So we've been waiting a week just for this 250 to hit on ES, and I was just kind of playing around with the macros still, the 10 a.m. one, which, where is it? Oh, yeah. I've been liking inversion fair value gaps a lot lately, and I found a way that maybe it's not like the most effective, but you basically wait for the macro high or low to get hit, and then you wait for an inversion fair value gap. Here's the thing though, but I found out that you can actually do an inversion fair value gap to reverse a macro, but also check this out. You can also do an inversion fair value gap to continue a macro, because you see, look at this example right here. This macro high got hit, but we don't have any inversion fair value gaps in here. And then what ends up happening is we pull back into the range, we create an inversion fair value gap right here, and then we can actually continue the range. So an inversion fair value gap, I don't know, we're gonna just test it on this $250 account, take 1 to 2s. It might be the one thing though that you can actually decide if the macro is gonna reverse and come down, or if it's going to press out and continue. And there's multiple examples of this. This one, there wouldn't be a trade. You're just sitting inside of a macro range. This one would be a continuation, same exact thing as before. I don't even think you would hit 1 to 2 though on this one. Like, yeah, this probably would be a loss trade, but you can see still the idea is the same. The inversion happens right in here, and then yeah, this one would lose at 1 to 2, but you get the idea, right? This one lost. I was just going through some of these recently. Same thing here, right here. Macro range dips out, then you get the inversion right here. This one's a reversal. So I think at 1 to 2 and just really not caring about that trade might actually be a decent strategy if we could win like 50% of the time. Okay, yeah, let me know, brother. That's if we could figure out that one thing, you already know the macro ranges are golden for ES and NQ. Now, I did get an interesting statistic yesterday. I know you guys, if you don't watch it, you probably heard of Words of Wisdom, his podcast. Well, he had the guy on there, Scarface Trades. Scarface is like a legitimate, documented, verified trader who's made over $5 million in Canada trading the markets. And he said, like, I didn't even watch a lot of it, I'll be honest, but you know, I've been getting into like 1 to 2s more recently. And he said he trades 1 to 2 risk to reward. He said he trades from 9:30 to 11, which is kind of random because I trade the same time, but I don't think he trades the same assets. But it caught my attention. And then he said his win rate's 57%. I was like, those seem like reasonable numbers. But it just seems like he was basically saying that if you just size yourself perfectly, you'll be able to grow at a good rate. He's like, you don't want to be too small to the point where you can't grow and too big to the point where you blow up the account. But if you size yourself perfectly, it could be like, I mean, those numbers are, I wrote it down in front of me. Just 1 to 2 risk to reward, 57% win rate. So those are his numbers. Now I have something in mind, like, okay, I want my numbers to measure up to that. At least for this cash account that I'm practicing 1 to 2s on. Ideally on the prop account that's going 1 to 1, we want to have a much higher win rate, which right now I think we have 5 for 6. So that is a much higher win rate. It's like over 80%. But on the prop account, if we can maintain a 57% win rate long term, or the cash account at 1 to 2, we've got really good numbers. Like we've got million dollar, trading numbers. So I wanted to share that little fact with you guys. Because I found it super interesting. Yeah, he trades stocks. Yeah. The 150K right now, we're up about, let's see if I can try to get back to it. We're at 2K. So we're at 152,076. But remember, I've only been risking 0.5% to make 0.5%. I'm risking like $750 to make $750. But at the same time, there's commission, so it does take it out some. So that's why it's a little bit less than one would think. All right, I want to make sure too, because we got a lot of moving pieces now. These streams are a lot more interactive with all these different things we're testing and trying, and we're really diversifying like we've never have before. But the main focus is always going to be on like the largest account, which right now is our 150K instant funding. This is really our profit potential. And then this account, and then this account on ES, these are really just, we're going to gather data and just kind of trade them alongside them. it takes some of the pressure off of, you know, the one account too, because you're not just like married to the outcome of that trade every day on that instant funded account. You've got some other things that occupy your mind, and you're still trying to grow and refine your edge, but you don't have to change your edge while you're trading it. So I think like we're doing something pretty cool. Yeah. What's a good, hey, I'm David, what's a good method for taking partials? If you're experienced with it and like you found a good way, let me know, because it's really not something I've ever like implemented into my trading. So I'll be honest, I don't have like a good system for taking partials. Is it something you do discretionary as price pushes and you have to be dialed in for it? Or is there like a good way to take partials at just like 1 to 1, 1 to 2, like stuff like that, and just lock in your stop? Or because that's something I haven't really done. That's a good way to do it. 70% partial at target, let the rest run and move stop loss to break even. Hey Grams, yeah, I've traded EurUsd for like 4 years. Yeah, I've been trading it for a long time. We're trading the futures version through the prop account. This is EU futures. You can see it's E6 right here, or 6E, 6EU25. So we're trading the futures contracts of EurUsd here, but at the same time too, I do have an IG account that I'm gonna add $1,000 a week to this, by the way. We're gonna go really slow just to get, and let me show you guys. I have really no problem. It just happens to be the way the screen looks. We put in $1,000 yesterday to start trying to do 1 to 2s. We're risking 2% to make 4%. That gives me a massive breathing room. So I'm gonna go slow like that, and I'm just gonna get comfortable, and week after week I'll add 1,000. 10 weeks from now, you know, we'll be at a 11K, 12K account, and then, you know, we could, you know, even like in 5 months from now, we'll be at like probably a 25K account if we're profitable and building it up. So we'll do that for like the rest of this year. Just add 1K a week as we start to practice and really slowly get the hang of taking 1 to 2s while we trade 1 to 1s, because we know 1 to 1s work for us. It's just a little slower. But we're gonna take the 1 to 1s here, and then you know what we should probably do? Yeah, on ES, I don't know. Should we? I don't even know. We probably should have a strict risk to reward. Probably we could just let 1 to 3s ride. This is such a small account. We could try to let 1 to 3s ride on ES and just set and forget them and just see what happens. So that could be a good idea. I actually like that idea. 1 to 3s riding on ES. And I've never been a 1 to 3 risk to reward trader, but I've also never given it a chance. Never given it a chance. Yeah, I kind of, let me see. I don't know how it pairs up. It kind of does pair up similarly with our wick structure. I'm always looking at like quote unquote a line chart, because whenever I look at price, you guys know this, I see this. But this is basically just measured based on candle wicks in the direction those wicks are going. And so, yeah, I'm the same way, brother. I don't look at the candles themselves. I look past them. The only time I look at the candles themselves are for like entry models and stuff of that sort. Let me do this, because it's not like the end of the world to have that on right now. We got, like, I'll just show you guys the context. I look at it a little bit before, but we've taken, you know, Asia low, London low, previous day low. But really where we're at right now, just so you guys know, is this, we just took not previous day low, but the day before the previous day low. I think. I'm pretty sure that was the lowest point. It was, yeah. But I think we're more bearish than anything else now. So we're just gonna see how price sets up. One thing I noticed, you know what's crazy too? I was watching a little bit of that Scarface interview, and he said the same thing I said the other day. He was like a lot of people or he was like basically, and he said it differently than I did, because I said the lower time frames control the higher time frames, But he said the lower time frames are usually just doing the same thing as the higher time frames, but they're just a little more precise. So like when the trend, like when you have shifts, they're just faster. But I mean it's a, I don't think it's a completely accurate comment too at the end of the day. I don't know. Yeah, if you're ever just tired of like NQ, just switch to ES or Euro. Your US dollar is a very clean moving pair. It's like the most liquid forex asset, and there's not a whole lot of manipulation. Or I mean like manipulation in the sense that like the manipulation's getting manipulated. Like that's like the type of stuff you see on NQ even. I don't even know if that's if that makes sense, but Dixie's pretty foolish. Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to get Price will have to show us that it wants to go long for us to even consider it. What's up, Rightly Rich? I haven't, Luca. The closest thing, and I don't even know if I don't even know if my plan carries the 1 tick. Let me see if it carries like the 1,000 tick or something. It doesn't. One thing I was doing for a little bit though is like the 5-second chart, which that's not the same thing. So I haven't used the tick chart. I know people that do though. You know what's funny, guys, is when I first started trading 4 years ago, I loved, like, it seemed like every time frame except the 1 minute. Like, I hated the 1 minute for whatever reason. When I first started trading, like, the 1 minute was just like my least favorite chart. I wouldn't even go to it, I think, for like my first year and a half of trading. And now it's like the only time frame like I'm married to. Like, I love the 1 minute. Like, that's the main time frame I trade off of. It's the time frame I've made the most money off of too. Let me read. These 60 ticks usually for 10 pips scalping. About use 70. I'm gonna write that down. What's it called, Luca? I haven't read a trading book in forever. It's been a while. I'll write it down. Just do this. We're pressing down towards that sell side, which I'll be honest isn't quite what I thought was gonna happen, but let's do this. Sorry guys, one second, I gotta do something. Alright, so look at here, we did close about 2 minutes ago on that candle. So now we've actually got a new swing high to operate off of. It would be nice, I would like to be bearish today as well, if the charts will give it to us. So if we could come up here and then shift, that would be good. I'm writing that book down, Luca. I appreciate that. Guys, this is week 3 of being back to streaming. It feels good. I feel like we're consistent again with this. This is gonna be a long-term thing. Cool, that was something I had to definitely take care of that we finally got taken care of. Alright, cool. Yeah, let me check the Dixie. I think I looked at it this morning, it was just chopping upwards. It was just pushing upward. I don't know if it's gonna pop up like that. I gotta take off the Ninja Trader. Apparently you can't do that. Okay. Yeah, it's just been pushing upwards. Dollar's strong this morning, but it's past 9:30 now. The market open, so this could be the top. But if it is, we'd like to see maybe price come down and then get popped back up. Just mainly because we did take that previous, not previous, but the previous day low right here. So I'm not against buying. I'm not against buying off a previous daily low. Okay guys, I gotta run to the bathroom really quick. We're kind of hanging out. I'll keep the chart up on my phone and got the alarm here. Actually I don't even need that. But we'll be back. We're gonna just delete these and then we'll come back. But yeah, like we were saying, David, if we could get a sell position, I think that's the better bet today. Because look at, while we did sell off yesterday here, the market had been grinding upwards, right? We had been trending upwards. Yesterday was the first decision to actually shift into a downtrend. We happened to catch it perfectly. And now continuing the downtrend's not like the worst thing that could happen to us. Especially that I did not mean to click the 3 hour. Let's do this. I do need the monthly breaks. That way you guys can see what I look at sometimes. Let's do this. Let's take that off. Let's take off the monthly. Let's take off the visibility on the minutes. Let's put that right there. Let's take the sessions. Let's take off the visibility on the hours. And then you can see on a weekly basis where we're at on the 4 hour. You can see we have pretty much starting Monday just been trending upwards, and then we did decide to move downward. Now on the 4 hour structure, we're still bullish. We're still bullish, and I'll tell you why we're still bullish is because we did not, like, as in terms of breaking the trend to go down, we have to come down here. Now the 15-minute is 100% already in a downtrend. 100%. But this is that low that I was talking about. That is literally, if we close below here on the higher time frame, the 4 hour, I mean, even closing below here on the 15-minute though is a sign of us switching bearish. The fact that we even hit it, right? In an uptrend, you don't even want these to get hit, right? Because these are supposed to be protected swing points. So, and we inverted a higher time frame fair value gap right up in here. So it's like, even though we're still maintaining that uptrend until we close below here on the 4 hour, I'm still more bearish than anything else, right? But I will do whatever the chart pops up with. Yeah, Fridays will probably like continue Thursday's move. I agree with that. I do. I feel like usually Thursday could be a good day to like top out, and that's why that was like one of the main reasons I was like kind of like confident with that. But let me zoom back in. Let's get to where we're actually at with price. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm not gonna be long, like 2 minutes. Where's that at? Okay. Alright guys, we're back. Let me get the what's it called back? Let's get the cam back. Alright, so in 10 minutes we're gonna have that macro range form. You can already see it's been forming. Not much action first half hour in. We can see though, there's no news today too, by the way guys. Next week we don't have anything until Tuesday, but we gotta pay attention to that. That's 10 a.m. That's during our trading hours. Oh my gosh, Wednesday, we probably shouldn't even trade Wednesday. My most negative day trading ever is always, or not, my most, not like just single day, but like if you took any trading day in the year that I'm like the most negative on, it's probably this day. And it's not even trading the 2 p.m. like the federal funds rate, it's trading the morning of. Like the markets just suck that morning, like the morning of the federal funds rate, like every single time. It's been a while since I've traded it because you guys know I've been in futures more so than Forex, so maybe I haven't noticed it as much, but in Forex it just seems like the markets are super sloppy that morning. Like hard to really pin down, just in anticipation for that. So maybe we just hang out for a little bit and just see how things are going. But it's not a good day for me to trade. But we'll still hop on, maybe take the ES trade. I want to try to be better about that though. Like the days where I don't feel like holidays, like I don't know why I've ever traded holidays, and honestly I usually win on the holidays, but it's just like there just needs to be more days where like I'll just say, hey, I'm not trading today, you know. There just needs to be more times like that. Alright, I want to take this immunity shot, but it's got cayenne pepper in it, and I took one last night and it literally set my throat on fire, so I'm like kind of putting it off. Let's try to do this 1 to 1. So it only shows up on the 1 minute. Perfect. What in the world was that? Alright. Yeah, let's look at GU. Let's look at GU. We might get our shorts, David. Hopefully we're not wrong on them. Let's kind of see for context where GBP USD is at. Yeah, GBP USD is not even dang, it did go lower. That's higher. Yeah, we're kind of in a big range, at least on the way I draw them on. This is kind of where we're at right now. So GU, yeah, we're kicking up a little higher. But we're in a downtrend for sure. EU is much cleaner today than GU. Yeah, if we can sweep above this, that'd be good. That's what's up. How are you doing it, David? Are you trading like a prop account and a cash account, or 2 prop accounts? Or I'll be honest, trading like multiple accounts has been like super like relieving for me. It takes a lot of the stress off for some reason. Got ginger, cayenne pepper. One funded, other phase one. That's what's up, brother. Nice work. Alright, cheers. Immunity shot Fridays. I didn't even polish it. I need to. One last night almost made me cry. This thing's the strongest little immunity shot I've ever taken. Alright, we got 6 minutes too, by the way, team, until we see a macro form right here. We're going to look at those inversion fair value gaps. And we'll actually place these trades straight off TradingView on this NinjaTrader account. You guys can see NinjaTrader 250 right here. Finally hit. Jeez, it took freaking 2 years. I literally deposited that money Sunday. It's supposed to come yesterday. It's Friday. Let's check it out. Yeah, we could be going short. But I'm gonna wait for Euro to hopefully ping up there. Alright, let's just finish this. Wow. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this. Keep tabs on everything while looking at ES. What we'll have to do is this. Split the screen right here. Pop up ES. Pop it up on the 1 minute. Do that right there. Now we got everything everything locked in. Oh yeah, I don't wanna. It's gonna be annoying kind of clicking over there, but oh well. Let's go to the 1 minute. We're on the 1 minute already. That's what I gotta do though. We're about to hit that high on Euro. What's it called again? T-flab, RST, T-flab, right? Is that what it's called? Did I read it wrong? Let's just copy it. That's all we gotta do. Perfect. Alright. That does not look like the 1 minute. I guess it is. I haven't traded gold now. Not in a long time. Actually, I mean, I'm not gonna say I never did. I used to, yeah. Long time ago. We'll just swap this to the 1 minute. Actually, before we do, just for context, these are new swing points right here. We'll go to the 1 minute. All right. And really for this, just so you guys know, we just want one of these sides to be hit before we look for any type of trade. take this off on here. We don't need it on right now. This is not the same asset. Euro wants to tap it. It needs to tap it before we get that full drop. Or before I'm interested in getting in it. But and I really do like this just because you guys can see a lot of people saw this as the liquidity grab right here and they were looking for shorts. What happened? All those people are about to get tagged out, and then the real shorts could be happening, or not, but it all sounds good, right? Potential upcoming sell, which looking at everything we would prefer the sells probably. One more minute and this ES macro has formed. We're just gonna set 1 to 3s off on this ES macro. Yeah, the more I say that out loud, the more I don't want to do it. 1 to 3 is a stretch. You know what? I've been trading for over 4 years. When I traded gold, it was around year 2. And I used to just trade 15 minutes supply and demand off it. Just taking it back and forth between 15 minutes supply and demand blocks in the New York session from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And it worked. The thing is though, I had no discipline. Even 2 years in, like it really takes a lot of time to develop discipline, and you can lose it too. I've had seasons where I wouldn't break trading rules for like 8 months at a time, and then you do. It can happen again. So you learn to not trust yourself as much anymore. But I used to trade supply and demand on the 15-minute chart for gold, and I got so close. Like I literally had a 250K account back then with whatever the first firm was that went under. And yeah, I literally got it up to like being 2,000 away from getting funded on phase 2, and then blew the whole thing in one day. Lost like 20K just because I crashed out. I crashed out hard on it. So on Euro, guys, we're still kind of waiting for price to come up and actually tag that liquidity. But on ES, we're just waiting also for liquidity to get tagged. So this higher, this low. Sorry, I'm like, I woke up feeling like really not well at all. So I'm just like trying to be here present mentally with you guys. Yeah, Grams, I might even just stick with 1 to 2. I said that out loud, and I'm like, or even 1 to 1.5. We're doing 1 to 2 already and 1 to 1 already. Maybe we meet in the middle. It's a small account too. I feel like if we want to have somewhat of a higher win rate, but I still want to be slightly positive, maybe I just do 1.5. If we do 1 to 3, like we could do it, but I don't think right now where the account's at, because 1 micro on ES doing 1 to 3s, if we catch a bunch of losses in a row, that could be it for the account. But I still want to do something above 1 to 1. Just so you guys know too, with the way futures works is when I enter a trade, I can't click and drag onto the chart, so I have to adjust them basically. And so the reason I have parameters in here is because I need the trade to activate with the stop loss and take profit, so I can adjust them from there instead of having to set the limit orders or whatever. Yeah, I should have. Honestly, I regret even putting this money in the account. I wish it wasn't in here. I had a different idea in mind, and then they just took 5 days, and I backed out of my idea of wanting to trade it that way. So it's, yeah, I agree. It probably isn't worth being in here. But the problem is now, NinjaTrader is super difficult. Like, I'm just gonna say, like, they're just not. I wouldn't recommend working with them. They've been awful, and literally, like, now that it took 5 days, an entire trading week for just $250 to get in here that they received, they literally received the money 5 days ago on Monday. Now I have to have it in here for 10 days until I can pull it out. So I'm like, I might as well trade it, because I was going to withdraw it this morning. But they make you have it in there for at least 10 days. I'm like, dang. So I probably won't be going that route again. But this 15-minute candle is about to close without having touched anything for us. We want either setup to happen before 11 though. At 11 we're done. Yeah, we could. I'm gonna wait though for it to at least tag this, because I hadn't traded SMTs in the past when I traded this strategy, but I do agree. I think you're right. Like, it's possible for price to go down now without taking it because of the SMT, but I hadn't ever incorporated them into my strategy, so I'm just gonna leave it how it is now. But I do agree. We did invert a fair value gap, like it's possible, and we didn't shift structure yet, but we'll see. We're still bullish on the 1 minute, but we did invert a fair value gap. But I would rather this high get hit and then invert a fair value gap before we go down. But I understand like the power behind SMT, and I agree with you that it doesn't need to go up higher now in order to go down. But I just want to stick within the bounds of my my strat, which is Euro has to take the high. Euro has to sweep liquidity after 9:30 for me to get in. ES is still playing in between our macro range. We haven't done anything yet. As long as we touch it. Let's see. Yeah, we touched it. Alright, so now we need the most recent inversion fair value gap that hasn't been touched or hasn't been inverted. Ideally a new one, because it wouldn't be until way down here. Or a market structure shift. We need the market structure shift for the prop account, and we need the inversion for the cash account, which probably is going to happen somewhere up in here. I would like to see it form in here and then invert. Structurally speaking though, let's remember where we're at. Market structure shift down here. I would agree that it's not that strong when it comes to putting your stop loss like right behind it. But I will say, let's see if we don't come all the way down. I will say, if you give your stop breathing room though, it's perfect. So like if we were to get in this trade after an inversion right here, guys, like our stop's not gonna be right here, because I would agree, it's probably gonna not be a respected area. Or it could be, but if it's not, the same thing as yesterday, we might just take it and then come down. So it would be something like this, right? Giving it plenty of breathing room, right? To get our full move. We started doing that like last year, measuring our our stops based on specific pips to keep it consistent, and it's worked very well for us instead of just putting it behind price action. I haven't. I've never used breaker blocks personally. We're getting close to something happening though. That's for sure. Alright, macro is looking to get taken probably pretty soon too. No, I won't look to get long unless we take some type of sell side liquidity, at least on Euro. We didn't, I don't think we closed higher. So the market structure shift still wouldn't happen until down here. Unless we do close higher, then it'll happen right here. Oh yeah, we didn't even get a new inversion right there. So market structure shift is still down here. Inversion's still right here. The inversion being the earlier of the two entries. ES macro still hasn't been hit. Alright, we're inverting this fair value gap on the 1 minute. I've got my MT ready for the cash account. And then we'll flip to it and draw on our stop loss and take profit and whatnot. This is not a swing low, so it's just a structural point. So I'm not going to be looking to get in on the prop account yet. I'll always get in a second late too, just to make sure it actually closes below. I learned that lesson so many times the hard way. Alright, we're in for a sell on Euro US dollar on this account. We're going to draw on our parameters for a 10 pip stop. And a 20 pip take profit. I'll have to adjust those. Alright, market structure shift is down here, so we'll wait for that for the 1-to-1. A little bit more conservative, but also a little bit of a better play. Alright, let's see, 28.5, modify. 0.85. 38.5. Alright, we got the exact parameters, 1 to 2, risk to reward right now on the cash account. We're green no matter what. We've only taken 2 on this cash account, trying to go 1 to 2 this week. We've only taken 2 trades. This is our second one. We won yesterday, so we're green no matter what, which is a cool thing about that 1 to 2 risk to reward, because now we're secured for the week. This is the trade, and then we'll be looking for a market structure shift right in here to go lower. Macro range still remaining unhit. Yeah, I just put in 1,000 yesterday. We're gonna add 1,000 a week right now. So the account's at $1,040. We're gonna add $1,000 a week while we practice getting better at taking higher risk to reward trades. So next week, depending on today, it's either gonna be at 2,080 or it's gonna be at 2,020. Let's do this. Focus some in on the macro range. We're gonna put our hard cutoff right there, 11. We're gonna draw the high and lows to it. And then still even so on this trade, if we do happen to close higher than here, we'll look for a different market structure shift. Right down below here. Yeah, we could be pushing for that buy side. Let me do this though, just so you guys know, the market structure shift is now actually in here, which is kind of right where we were with our inversion fair value gap. So that'll be even all the more confirmation we need if we can come back down there now. But we did invert fair value gaps back the other way now, and we're just printing bullish fair value gaps. So not a good sign of this trade playing out so far, but it's not over yet. It could be that because that previous day, or not, like 2 days ago's low, and that 4 hour trying to maintain the bullish structure. But we'll see if this actually holds, or if we can get our move in it all. And when I say it all, being all of this get taken out. Is GU doing that right now? It might be. GU's in GU market structure shifted though to the downside, which is a good sign. Still nothing on the macro. So nothing on the actual instant funded account, our big account right now. Nothing on it yet. That's the trade I've been putting in the Telegram too. Let's see if we could start inverting some of these. That's gonna be everything we need, I think. If we can invert these and then get the market structure shift, it'll be perfect. But at the same time too, the fact that many bullish fair value gaps are forming right there is like probably not the best. We got about a half hour left. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. I know EU wants to make this move lower though. I know it does. It's Friday though, so I guess it's expected to take its time a little bit. Yeah, it's slowly depleting, for sure. ES is just stuck in between. Uh-oh, we got we're gonna have to see if you're right or I'm right today, brother. London highs are way up there. I honestly, I'm not I don't think it's like impossible for you to get your move, just because if you look like structurally here, we took, yeah, this is a good low to be reacting off of. It really is. But at the same time too, at 9:30, price did try to drive down, but instead of taking these lows, which would have been perfect for this move up, it failed to, and then we started pressing higher, taking stops in here, which was a pre-market move, which failed because it pushed down and then everyone got stopped out. So I could argue your trade and my trade. Like I could really see reasons for both right now. Now, so some good news though is we got little gaps forming in here, little breakaway gaps. Now, if these breakaway gaps can actually invert these now, I mean they're not breakaway gaps because like we really just formed them, so I feel ignorant when I just like said that, but there's bearish fair value gaps forming in this pullback, which is good, right? Because ideally you don't want to see those fair value gaps forming in a pullback if you're going to continue higher. Unless you're about to just come and invert them again, of course. But good sign. Really good sign now. That candle just jumped last second to get past the midpoint of even that extreme fair value gap. We'll see if these can all maintain now. We've got fair value gaps left on open here. We could get the shorts today, boys. We could get the shorts. Remember right here is where we'll actually be entering though. Market. Structure shift. This is where we'll be entering off of on the instant funded account. We want the 1 minute time frame to get bearish. Even though we inverted that fair value gap and we took our entry on the cash account, we weren't technically bearish on the 1 minute yet. But that's the point. I'm trying to get in earlier and hold longer on the cash account, and that's like what I'm trying to practice. But on the prop account, I'm just being as conservative as possible. 1-to-1 risk to reward, risk 0.5%. Just let's make this happen. We inverted everything now at this point. These shorts are happening today. I don't want to be wrong, but it was looking bad for a minute. If we can shift structure now, it's like Friday might just drive lower the rest of the day. We're starting to see some volume. Let's hope that doesn't just spike up. You guys could see ES. We got to stay on top of our game right now with ES. There's some money coming into the markets right now. Let's just hope we're on the right side of it. It's 10:34 right now. Must be something that came out on social media or something. Probably perfectly in time though with this technical approach, like, which is crazy. Let's do this though. Let's get this chart over here, that way I can enter once it's time. And then in terms of this now, fair value gap right here, we got to be ready on ES. Potential sells. Dang. We might not get this one, boys. Let's see. But ES is tagging this macro high, and then if we can invert a fair value gap on ES, probably perfectly in alignment with Euro right now. Euro is respecting that extreme fair value gap, which is a good sign. That is a beautiful sign for what's going on right now. Let's maintain that. Let's get ES to go shorter. Let's get Euro to go shorter, and let's get this move to happen. Yeah, let's go. That respecting that extreme fair value gap there is a good sign. Let's see what we're measuring right here. Yeah, that's clean. That's clean. Put that at 20 and that at 30. But yeah, you see what I was talking about, brother? Like, okay, this trade hasn't played out and we haven't won yet, but you see how even though getting in on that inversion fair value gap, but giving it some breathing room is good? I learned that from like Jade Cap FX. He's like, you might get the right signal. It just you might not realize that price still has to take a little bit more liquidity before going, but you could still see the first signs of the market deciding to go a different direction. But we have, even though all the price is moving the way it's moving, we haven't actually got a shift in structure downward yet. Or at least not the way I'm reading structure. Here, we got a minute, 15-minute change. Yeah, 15-minute did just change, but it can also mean we're due for a pullback. I don't know. The only thing that's really giving us some heartache right now is that 2-day ago low. On the 15-minute though right now too, if we're just to keep trailing our candles higher, they're just looking like this. We don't even want to try to make sense of this right now. It's a lot's going on. I'm probably more focused on just watching Euro or ES. We got 20 minutes left. See if we get a trade at all. Why? Why is he always late? That market structure shift wants to happen, boys. It's going to. It's going to. It might be soon. Oh, I guarantee he's setting up his trade. He's front running his own speech. If we get closed below, we have officially went bearish, but we didn't. The next one might be the one. We'll put that over here. That way we could draw on our next trade. Or nah, we'll just do that, because we'll draw on the trade on the actual Project X account. You do have to be a lot more focused when you're trying to pay attention to multiple positions. So I will say that. You got 35 seconds. About to get short on the Euro US dollar. Try to get this account up another 750 bucks. We shall see. We shall see. I got the Telegram trade ready too. I'm gonna fire that off as soon as we close below. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Let's make sure we're still in this trade. You never know with those spreads. We could have very easily not been in here anymore. It's the craziest thing. Oh no. Oh, okay, let's pay attention to ES. No, we're not forming anything new there. You see how that market structure is so important. It's so important. It's such a dad joke. It's just, we need to stop drawing fair value gaps on in here, because there's so many of them getting inverted and flipped and inverted and flipped. And respected, then failed, then respected, then failed. Just a cluster of price right up here. How much time we got? 33 seconds. You hate to see it close below the market structure shift, but not below there. You really do. And I don't like that, but nothing yet. Nothing yet, guys. Gotta go to the bathroom so bad. That's the only problem with the 1 minute chart, though. Forget about going to the bathroom when it's time to take a trade. Just absolutely forget about it. Don't say consolidate before the push up. I bet you do want it to push up. You're still there's probably the favors in your hands right now over mine just because of the structure. But as soon as we break structure lower, brother, we're gonna be running for your stop. I'm just playing. Can you share the analysis for you for that position? Yeah, of course. So let's just let this candle close because I don't want to get. We're gonna be getting in a different entry too in this. We based our first entry on the cash account off of an inversion fair value gap for a 1 to 2 restore reward to get like an earlier entry, and then as soon as we get down below structure, I just do a 1 to 1 on my instant funded prop account. Now we just closed this candle. We're good. We don't need anything right now. This is the analysis. Basically at 9:30 here, we had our structure. And structure was like this. And basically we're looking for a structural point to get taken after 9:30. Now, this is the first one that got taken after 9:30. It did make a run lower to take this one. But the very first thing that the market did at open is it failed to go lower, came higher, took this structural point, and now, after this structural point has been taken, we're waiting for it to really show its hand and for the move to happen lower. Because my theory is that when the market opens at 9:30, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to take a structural point, and basically it's going to take stop losses, it's going to take liquidity, it's going to set itself up for the move that's going to happen. Now, I just do it based on the 15-minute and the 1-minute, and had we swept down here, we would have 100% been in a buy this whole time, but we failed to. So for me, that wasn't enough to get into a long. Yeah, I really hope we could just fire off this trade so I can go to the bathroom. I hope we can fire both of them off. We're gonna trade 1.5R on ES, and we're gonna trade 1 to 1 on prop and 1 to 2 on cash. The low 1425, the high 1425. Alright. I'm trying to think if I got time to run for it. I'm gonna try. That's all you gotta do. If you ever want price to start getting closer to setting up, you just gotta run to the bathroom. We only have a handful of minutes, like 11 minutes, so it might be time. It might be time. I'm getting ready. Nothing to pay attention to on ES right now. We're so far away from everything. The next candle might be the one where we enter off of. Zoom in some. It's this line right here. Yeah, had to make sure. Nothing yet. Let's do this. Let's leave this open and close below here right now. And you guys are gonna watch price melt. Got 26 seconds. Potentially forming our first FEG on ES, since we potentially we got 15 seconds. I'll get bullish on ES if we form this inversion and then close higher. I'm paying attention to Euro right now. We're getting close to hitting a place to enter. We'll see. Not yet, but we did leave that open. If ES closes above here now, I'll get long for a 1 to 1.5. That'd be crazy. We got an entry on both in opposite directions at the same time. Getting ready to sell on Euro.
Order filled.
Sold on Euro. Trade is off to the Telegram. And there is nothing yet on ES. Let's get this dragged over. Let's just put this on really quick. Take profit at 750 bucks. Stop loss at 750 bucks. We're about to enter on ES probably for a long. If we invert this and close higher. We're finally bearish on what's it called? Euro US dollar. Finally. ES kind of like showing some choppy candlestick action. We're gonna just wait. Alright, we did not close higher. Yeah, of course, Nolan. I appreciate that. Oh, you've been here for a while. You've been here for a while. It's been a journey, my friend. It's been a journey, and I just hope I can get to a place of consistency with these streams, because that's what I love doing. I just love hanging out with you guys, really. If we just hang out and trade together, we'll keep each other from crashing out. We'll do good together. We're respecting this fair value gap, so that's a good sign. Euro's looking as good as it's looked all morning. But yeah, I didn't like that wick, and even closing structure but not closing past that wick is like a little frustrating because it's not ideal. It's not ideal conditions, but we probably need to do like something of this sort. I don't know. Have a locked in stop and take profit on here too. $20 stop, $30 take profit. Risk 10% of the count per trade. Might as well do 1-to-1 at that rate. No, we'll do 1 to 1.5. I'll give it 2 until 11:10 just for the sake of this macro forming. Once the other macros form, we'll be done. Like, there will be no opportunity. Yeah, we don't have a fair value gap in there. Hey, that fair value gap that I said we need to leave open, it's trying to react off it right now. Let's do this. Let's push this over some, just because we're already in this trade. What am I doing? Let's get back. Let's do this, that way it can still be seen. Or you know what we should do? Let's do this. Let's do this. I got something in mind that will take us back to our roots. for these ES trades. We'll do no take profit. And we'll trail. We'll always have the same stop and we'll just trail. That'll be our ES account. Yeah, we used to do that all the time. No take profit, only trailing stops. Which, if you guys haven't ever done it, it's like a super effective method. You just put a set stop loss, you enter the market, and then you just basically trail it as it pushes in your favor. Super effective. I haven't done it in a long time. Might be worth it just on this like account that we're just trying to play around with the ES macros. But like the reason I was like, it's gonna be tough to like really pin down a good stop loss and take profit, because I know with like Euro US dollar, I've traded it for years. So I know like a 20 pip move is reasonable. I know a 10 pip stop loss is reasonable. I know like it plays out like pretty consistently, respecting those parameters when you're able to enter a trade. I just don't know like the ticks on ES, what they should be, or if you should just put them behind. Like I don't like putting my stop loss behind market structure, behind structural points or anything like that. Like you could see here in Euro, whether this trade plays out or not, we definitely would have already got stopped out if we would have put our stop loss behind candles, you know. So I don't like doing that to begin with. I like to always have a set risk. It keeps you from blowing up too. Every single time you enter a trade, you know what you could lose. When you put your stop loss behind any given candles, it's hard to do that sometimes. But you know what we could do? No, we'll leave it like this. No, we'll put it on a 2 candle trail, which is a 1 minute 2. This is a gem right here. If you guys ever enter on the 1 minute and you want to trail, but you don't want to be too aggressive, you swap to the 2 minute and you do a 2 minute trail. It's golden. And you just trail candle to candle as they push in your favor, and then like if you start pushing a lot in your favor, you just get really aggressive. You just trail really aggressive. Like if you have a massive up candle, you just trail at least half of that candle. You don't want to miss out on it, you know. The scam decks is well, yeah, I know. I feel like we kind of got scammed by Ninja Trader in the process of even getting this account set up. I had something else in mind. We're just doing this while we're waiting for our trade to play out some, but there's no really real point. NQ is definitely, I could definitely see NQ fit in that description, because it definitely gets you. Euro is just, it's pretty respectful. Euro US dollar, you get really clean price action. Really clean price action on Euro US dollar. I watched a guy the other day. He'll enter on a small time frame, and what he'll do is he'll go to a higher time frame after, and he'll put his TP on the higher time frame, which I was like, that's kind of a brilliant idea. So like he would probably like, okay, now that you're in the trade, go to the 15 minute and just see like, okay, where could we go? I was like, that was kind of genius. First time I ever even heard someone say that. Oh yeah, they 100% can. For the indices, the ES and the NQ. That's why it's just like I had some periods of consistency, but it just switches so much. It switches so much. We have a real shot of growing this account though with a trailing stop loss, by the way. We really do. Gold being the second. What's your favorite asset to trade, brother? You trade euro too? Oh, grams, are you talking about like the euro US dollar strategy? Euro only? Yeah, that's the only forex pair I trade too, brother. I get it. I 100% get it. I'm more of the opinion that I probably only need to be trading euro and not even touching ES, but I don't know. Let's check up on our other trade because we are in it somewhere. We got that screen somewhere. Yeah, we're in it still right here. This is euro futures though, so look at euro, guys. It's finally coming back below that level again. We just closed below. We got 4 minutes on ES. That one fair value gap I told you guys about, it did play out. I said we need this to get left open and then drop. It got left open, we closed below, and then it came back and retested it, and now it's dropping. Let me see, guys, really quick while we're here. This is going to be, I'm going to draw it on here. Ballpark, that's our take profit on the prop. I'll make it red. That's ballpark where our TP is on the prop. Let me make sure you could see it. Yeah, you can. It's this red line. Let's do this. I'll even put prop TP. If we hit, we'll be 6 for 7 on prop right now. 6 for 7 trades on this 1-to-1. You look away for 1 second. That's how I felt when I went to the bathroom. I was like, oh, this might be a very bad time to leave. Luckily, nothing took off in any direction while we were gone. You trade, yeah, we were actually looking at some SMTs and everything with GBP USD compared to euro. And I think GU was pushing quite a bit higher than euro today, and so we were anticipating the sell-off. You don't want the smoke? Yeah, joking. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. We'll try to get it there. We could be closer right now, but I'm really taking my time. Like I said, like I don't want to be so heavy that I'm just burning cash or burning prop accounts, and I get to a point where it's like I don't want to stream anymore, you know, because I get over like I said in the beginning of the stream, you have to be in the middle. You have to risk like a middle ground. Like you can't be too small where you'll never get anywhere, but you can't be too heavy too to the point where it's like you just don't want to show up and get stressed out every day. You know what I mean? And that's what I was doing like last year a lot when I was trading a euro US dollar cash account. We went from risking $200 we were doing 1-to-1 risk to reward. We were going from risking and making $200 a day to like just like in 3 months getting to the point where we're putting up like $950 risk every single day on the cash account. And I'll be honest, when you lose 3-4 days in a row at that, like that heavy, and I mean it was probably like proportionally like 5% of the account or whatever, I was just too heavy. Like I think I need, and even 3% sometimes feels heavy, so I told myself I'm just gonna do 2% cash right now. We got 5% on the small ES account, which like you guys know, we're really not married to it. And then honestly, in 10 days from now, I'm gonna probably try to withdraw whatever we make on it, unless we're doing really well. If we're doing really well, we'll just keep trading it. But and then just 0.5% on the instant funded. I'm not in a rush with it. We don't have to pass a challenge, but like quote unquote, you do have to pass a challenge. If you guys know the game, you gotta get consistency. You gotta follow the rules. There's like a challenge within the instant funded in order to get paid out. So you do have to pass it, but you just don't have to jump through accounts at least, you know. Nothing yet. That almost looked like an inversion fair value gap in there. And like if you zoom really in, it might be, but I don't think it is. We're definitely bearish now on the 1 minute. Let's see over here. Oh, it's 11:10. We got no ES trade today, guys. We'll hopefully, or maybe hopefully not have one on Monday. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go back to just one chart though. We're pretty much done for the day. That's what I'm trying to say. We're gonna let this play out. I'm gonna update, you guys on Monday with how things do. But you guys can see we are in the IG account. I'll always show the balance too. We'll always pop that up. I'll make sure you guys can see it. We're gonna add $1,000 a week as we start to get used to trading higher risk to reward. So we're at 1,000 this week. We're at 1,040 because we won yesterday's trade, and then we got, where is it? Oh, I must have put it back. And then we got this trade right here, which we're up 2K on this account, and we'll either be down or up another 750 today. So yeah, let me do this though before we dip out. I know that's not where I entered, but I just want to have it on the chart without having to like put it in the thing. So this is pretty much our trade. It's on the 15-minute time frame. But okay, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. We'll stay up to date with everything. Not liking what's happening right now, so if we get tagged out, we get tagged out, but we're gonna hold. I'm gonna set and forget these. I'm gonna turn the charts off, and we'll see if they play out though. Yeah, I've heard mixed things too, but I'll be honest with you, a lot of the bad stuff I see is a lot of people not following the rules, and like on futures, like they got a 10-second rule, like your trades have to be longer than 10 seconds, and all these people are running these crazy like strats they would never run on like their cash accounts, and just taking like 2-second trade, like just super like crazy stuff. When I first heard about like a 10-second rule, I'm like, why in the world would anyone even need to like follow that? Like, who's holding trades less than 10 seconds? Apparently a lot of people in futures. Apparently a lot of people. So I've seen good things though about the people who do follow the rules and getting paid out and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes though. But I'm gonna close this one out in prayer. You guys, let me read the chat some. Dang, but that's still a sick week, brother. 10.8K in payouts. That's a big week. Congrats. Yeah, it's a process. I got like 15K in payouts in December, and then I gave a lot of them back to the markets, I'm not gonna lie, in January. And that's why like you gotta be disciplined, you gotta be locked in, you gotta know what you're doing. Yeah, don't follow your rules, don't follow me, but I still like this getting down there, but we'll see. We'll see. It's got multiple hours to play out throughout the day, but if you guys could, we're going to close out in prayer. If you guys are praying along, just go ahead and pray for me to feel better. I've been feeling pretty jacked up the last 2 days, and I'm trying to do all the right things to get back to feeling better. I know the Lord's healing me, so we'll all come together in agreement. And if you guys are going through anything too, and just well, if you ever want to put it in the chat, you can, but I know a lot of us go through things that we probably would rather not share, so just pray along as we come together in agreement and prayer every day at the end of these streams. God's working, and he's doing the things that we can't do on our own. So let's just close it out. Father, we just thank you for a good week. We thank you for consistency in these streams and in all of our lives with our disciplines, our habits, everything we're doing. Father, we just love you. We just thank you that we can talk to you. Even online, all around the world together, we're just here talking with you. And we just thank you that you hear us, and we thank you that you're doing things in our lives, even when we don't ask. You're always working towards our better future, always working towards just our wholeness and loving on us. And Father, we just ask right now for myself and any of my brothers that are experiencing any type of sickness, whether it be physical or spiritual or mental, I just pray that you heal all of us in the name of Jesus, and that you just bring us into a place of wholeness where we have the strength to do the things that you've called us to in our lives. Father, I just pray for an increased wisdom in my life and my brothers' lives. I pray that you give us knowledge and understanding of the things of God, and that we can grow in those things and that consume our thought life. Help us to get to a place where the only things we think about are you and the things that you want us doing in our lives, and good things. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen, guys. That's it. That's it. This is week 3 being back on the streams. This is the longest we've run it in a long time, and I'm looking forward to doing this again next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. And we're gonna run it up, guys. We are. I'm really like, I drew a line in the sand 3 weeks ago, just so you guys know, and I told myself I'm doing this. Like, I'm streaming, I'm hanging out with these guys, and I'm gonna show up every day. That's my commitment. And that's another reason I'm taking like it slow and not putting a lot of risk on, like you guys know I'm prone to do. So we'll be back next week. I really do love you guys, and I appreciate all your support and not giving up on me, and not giving up on your trading journeys too. Like, I want to say this, like, I'm proud of you guys. The fact that I've seen a lot of you guys here over the course of I've only been on YouTube for over a year now, almost a year and a half, but the fact that you guys are still putting in the work, that you're getting payouts like that you're on this journey, that you're doing the right things off the charts, I'm proud of you. And I could tell you that God's got his hand on your life, whether you know him or believe in him, and there's big things coming your way. I really believe that. I feel the Spirit of God on me right now, and there's nothing better than that. So if you guys aren't believers, I'll tell you guys how I came to believe really quick, and then we'll sign off for real. But I just asked him. I didn't want someone to tell me. I didn't want to try to learn about it, through research. I just asked him. I said, if you're real, then I just want to know you. And I'll tell you what, things started happening that were not coincidence. And he started to show me just how real he was, and just how much he's been watching over me my entire life. And I really do believe this. This is a revelation I had early on, but that to the point where we actually turned to God in our lives and we actually talked to him for the very first time, he had been watching us from the moment that we were born, our entire lives, protecting us. And if you look back, you'll start to see some of those things. He'll reveal it to you. But I love you guys. I hope you're blessed with his presence more than any other blessing. That's the highest blessing you could have and receive. And I hope you guys take the end of this weekend with you. But yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back Monday. I love you guys. And have a good weekend.